कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So thank you for joining in for day 23 of Purushottam Adhika Mas. Let us start our session by chanting one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra with His Divine Grace Avicharanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Kaliyuga Patita Pavana Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Bhata Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Stokya Shadeshivengre Sabai Charanaravind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada की जय, गंगा मैया की जय, यमुना मैया की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, सामेत भक्तवृंद की जय, कलियुगपतित पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय. All God is assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all God is assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all God is assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glories, All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gurudev ki jai. Ananta Koti Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So now we will go on to the study of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga, or the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adha Shakam Ashvatam Prahuravayam Chandamsi Yasya Varnani Yastam Veda Savedaved Adaschodvam Prashritastasya Shakha Guna Pravardha Vishaya Pravala Adasya Mulanana Santatani Karmadavandini Manushaloke Narupamasi Hatatobalabhyate Nato Nachadya Nacha Sampratishtha Ashvatamenam Sriruda Moolam Ashangasashtrena Tridena Chitva Tatah Padam Tat Parimargitavyam Yasmin Gatana Nivartanti Pujaha Tameva Chadyam Purusham Prapadye Yataha Pravarti Prasarata Purani Nirmana Moha Jitasanga Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kama Dvandve Vimukta Sukadokka Samyer Gachantya Mudha Padamavyayam Tat Na Tad Bhashyati Suryo Na Shashanko Na Pavakah Yad Gatvana Nivartante Taddama Paramam Mama Maivam Shojiva Loke Jiva Bhutaha Sanatana Manah Shastani Indriyani Prakriti Stani Karshati Shri Yadavapnoti Yachaputkamati Shwaraha Gritvaitani Samyati Vayurgandani Vashayat Shrutram Chakshusparshanam Cha Rasanam Granam Evacha Adishchaya Manaschayam Vishayanupasevate Utkramantam Sitam Vapi Punjanam Vagunanvidam Vimudhananu Pashyanti Jnana Chakshushaha Yatanto Yoginaschainam Pashyantyatmanavastitham Yatanto Pikritatmano Nainam Pashyantsetasaha Yadadityagatam Tejo Jagadbhasayate Kilam Yachandramasi Yachagnav Tattejo Viddimamakam Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayamaham Pushnami Choshadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chaturvidam Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mataha Smrtinyanamohanam Cha Vedaischa Sarvairahameva Vedyo Vedanta Kridveda Videva Chaham Dvavimo Purusho Loke Ksharascha Akshara Evacha Ksharaha Sarvani Bhutani Kuchastokshara Uchyate Uttamaha Purushastvanyah Paramatmeti Udahrataha Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Vibartavye Ishwaraha Yasmaksharam Meditoham Aksharat Apichottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Pratitaha Purushottamah Yo Mamevam Sammudo Janati Purushottamam Sa Sarva Vidbhajati Imam Sarva Bhavena Bharata Iti Guhyatamam Shastram Idam Muktam Mayanaga Etad Buddhva Buddhiman Syat Kritakrityascha Bharata Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai ho Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai ho Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reciting chapter 14, Brahma's prayers to Lord Shri Krishna. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Chayam Udhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtake Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Srimad Bhagavatam, Mass prayers to Lord Shri Krishna. Shri Brahmo Vacha Naumi Dyate Brahmapushe Dadidambaraya Gunjavatam Saparipichana Sanmukhaya Vanyasraje Kavalavetra Vishana Venu लक्ष्म्या श्रिये मृदुपदे पशुपाङ्गजाय अस्यापि देववपुषो मदनुग्रहस्य स्वेच्छामयस्य न तु भूतमयस्य कोऽपि नेशे मही ववसितुं मनसान्तरेण साक्षात् वैव किमुतात्मसुखानुभूतेः ज्ञाने प्रयासमुदपस्य नमन्त एव जीवन्ति सन्मुखरितां भवदीयवार्तां स्थाने स्थिता श्रुतिगतां तनुवान् मनोभिर् ये प्रायशो जितजितोऽप्यसितैः श्रीलोक्याम् श्रेयः श्रुतिं भक्तिमुदस्य ते विभो क्लिश्यन्ति ये केवलबोधलब्धये तेषामसौ क्लेशल एव शिष्यते नान्यद्यथा स्थूलतुषावघातिनाम् पुरेह भूमन् भवोऽपि योगिनस्त्वदर्पितेहान् कर्मलब्धया विबुध्य भक्त्यैव कथोपनीतया प्रपेदिरेञ्जो अच्युत ते गतिं पराम् तथापि भूमान् महिमा गुणस्य ते विबोधुमर्हत्यमलान्तरात्मभिः अविक्रियात् स्वानुभवादरूपतो यनन्यबोध्यात्मतया न चान्यथा गुणात्मनस्तेऽपि गुणान् विमातुम् हितावतीर्णस्य कैक्षरे स्यात् कालेन यैर्वा विमिता सुकल्पैर्भूपांशवः के निकादुभाषः तत्तेऽनुकम्पां सुसमीक्षमाणो भुञ्जान एवात्मकृतं विपाकम् हृद्वार्वपूर्वीर्विदधा नमस्ते जीवेतयो पदे सदाय वाक् पश्येषि मे नार्यमनन्त आद्ये परात्मनि त्वयि अभिमायि मायिनि मायां विदत्येक्षितुमात्मवैभवम् इहं कियानैच्छमिवार्चिरज्ञौ अतः क्षमस्वाच्युत मे रजो भुवो ह्यजानतस्त्वत्कृतिग ईशमानिनः अजावलेपानतमोऽन्धचक्षुषा येषोऽनुकम्प्यो मयि नाथवानिति क्वाहं तमो महदहं चराग्निवार्भू संवेष्टिताण्डघटसप्तस्तिकायः वेदृग्विदावगणिताण्डपरानुचार्या वाताद्वरोमविवरस्य च ते महित्वम् उत्क्षेपणं गर्वगदस्य पादयो किं कल्पते मा प्रदोक्षजागसे किमस्ति नास्ति व्यपदेशभूषितं तवास्ति कुक्षे केदप्यनन्तः जगत्त्रयान्तो दधि सम्प्लबोधे नारायणस्योदरणाभिनालात् विनिर्गतोजस्त्वितीवान्न वैमृषा किन्त्वीश्वरत्वन्न विनिर्गतोऽस्मि नारायणस्त्वां हि सर्वदेहिनाम् आत्मस्सतीशा किल लोकसाक्षी नारायणोऽङ्गं नरभूजलायनात् तच्चापि सत्यं न तवैव माया तच्चेजनस्तं तव सज्जगत्प्रभुः किं मेन दृष्टं भगवं सदैव किं वा सुदृष्टं हृदि मे तदैव किं नो सपद्येव पुनर्व्यदर्शे अत्रैव माया दमनावतारे यस्य प्रपञ्चस्य हि सुतस्य कृत्स्नस्य चान्तर्जठरे जनन्या मायात्मेव प्रतीकृतं ते यस्य कुक्षाविदं सर्वं सात्मं भाति यथा तथा तद्वै अपीह तत्सर्वं किम् इदं मायया विना अद्यैव त्वत्र देशे किं नम न ते मायात्मादर्शितम् एकोऽसि प्रथमं ततो व्रज सुहृत्तत्सा समस्ता अपि तावन्तोऽसि चतुर्भुजा सदखिलैः साकं मयोपासिताः तावन्तेव जगन्त्यभूतदमितं ब्रह्माद्वयं शिष्यते अजानतां त्वत्पदवीमनात्मने आत्मात्मना वा सुतत्यमायाम् सृष्टा विवाहं जगतो विधान इव त्वमीशो अन्त इव त्रिनेत्रः श्रीशुशीवीश तथैव नृष्वपि तिर्याक्षुयादस्वपि ते जनस्य जन्म सतां दुर्मदनिग्रहाय प्रभो विधातः अनुग्रहाय च को वेति भूमन् भगवन् परात्मन् योगीश्वरोतिर्भवतस्त्रिलोक्यां क्व वा कथं वा कति वा कदेति विस्तारयन् क्रीडसि योगमायाम् तस्मादिदं जगदशेषमसत्स्वरूपं स्वप्नावमस्तदिशनं कुरुदुःखम् त्वय्येव नित्यसुखबोधतनावनन्ते मायात उद्यदपि यत्सविभावभाति एकस्त्वमात्मपुरुषः पुराणः सत्य स्वयं ज्योतिरनंत आद्यः नित्यो अक्षरो च श्रीसुको निरञ्जनः पूर्णाद्वयो मुक्त उपाधितो मृतः एवं विदं त्वं सकलात्मनामपि स्वात्मानमात्मात्मतया विचक्षते गुर्वर्कलब्धोपनिषत्सु चक्षुषा ये ते तरन्तीव भवान् रतां मुनीम् आत्मानमेवात्मतया विजानताम् तेनैव जातं निखिलं प्रपञ्चितम् ज्ञानेन भूयोऽपि च तत्प्रलीयते रज्वामहेर्भोगभवाभवौ यथा ज्ञानसंज्ञौ भवबन्धमोक्षौ द्वौ नाम नान्यौ तज्ञभावात् अजस्रचित्यात्मनि केवले परे विचार्यमाणे तरणाविवाहने त्वमात्मानं परं नत्वा परम् आत्मानमेव च आत्मा पुनर्बहिर्मृग्य अहौज्ञा जनताज्ञता अन्तर्भवेनन्त भवन्तमेव यदत् जन्तु नटयन्ति सन्तः असन्तमपि यन्ति हैवान्तरेण सन्तं गुणं तं किमुयन्ति सन्तः अथापि ते देव पदाम्बुजद्वया प्रसादरेषानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवान् महिम्नो न जान्ये कोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वन् तदस्तु मे नाथ स भूरिभागो भवेद्रवाण्यत्र तु वातिरश्चम् येनाहमेकोऽपि भवाजनानां भूत्वा निषेवे तव पादपल्लवम् अहोति धन्या व्रजघोरमण्यः स्तन्यामृतं गीतमतीव ते मुदा यासां विभो वत्सगरात्मजात्मना यत्तृप्तयेद्यापि न चालम् अध्वराः अहोभाग्यं नन्दगोपव्रजोगसां यन्मित्रं परमानन्दं पूर्णं ब्रह्म सनातनम् एषं तु भाग्यमहिमा अच्युततावदस्ताम् एकादशैव हि वयं वद भूरिभागाः एतदृशीकचषकैर् असकृत् पिबामः षड्वादयोऽङ्घ्रियुदजामदमृता समन्विते तद्भूरिभाग्यमिह जन्म किमप्यताभ्याम् यद्गोकुलेऽपि गतमाङ्घ्रिरजोऽभिषेकम् यज्जीवितं तु निखिलं बलवान् मुकुन्द त्वद्यापि यत्पदरजः श्रुतिमृग्यमेव येषां घोषनिवासीनां उत भावन् किं देवरातीति न चेतो विश्वफलात् फलं त्वदपरं पुत्रापि अय्यन्मुह्यति सद्वेषादिव पूतनापि सकुला त्वामेव देवा पिता यद्दामार्गसुहृत्प्रियात्मतनया प्राणाशयास्त्वत्कृते तावद्रागादयास्तेनास्तावत् कारागृहं गृहं तावन्मोहोऽङ्घ्रिनिगडो यावत् कृष्णनते जनाः प्रपञ्चं निष्प्रपञ्चोऽपि विदम्बयसि भूतले प्रपन्नजनतानन्द सन्दोहं प्रतिदुं प्रभो जानन्त एव जानन्तु किं बहुज्ञान मे प्रभो मनसो बहुशो वाञ्छो वैभवं तव गोचरः अनुजानीहि मां कृष्ण सर्वं त्वं वेचि सर्वत्र त्वमेव जगतां नाथो जगत् एतत् तवार्पितम् श्रीकृष्ण वृष्णीकुलपुष्कर जोषदायीन् क्ष्मानिर्जरद्बीज पशुदादिवृद्धिकारीन् उद्धर्मशार्वरहरक्षीति राक्षसद्रुः आकल्पमार्गमर्हन् भगवन् नमस्ते श्रीशुक उवाच इति अविष्टूय भूमानां त्रिपरिक्रम्य पादयो नट्वाविष्टं जगत्ताता स्वधाम प्रत्यपद्यता ततोऽनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् स्वभुवं प्रागवस्थितान् वत्सान् पुलीनमानिन्ये यथा पूर्वसकं स्वकम् एकस्मिन्नपि यातीर्थे प्राणेशं चान्तरात्मनः कृष्णमाया हता राजन् क्षणार्धं निनिरेर्पकाः किं न विस्मारन्तीह माया मोहितचेतसः यन्मोहितं जगत् सर्वम् अभीक्ष्णं विस्मृतात्मकम् ऊजुश्च सुहृद कृष्णं स्वागतं तेति रमसा नैकोऽपि अभोजकमला एहिता साधु भुज्यताम् ततो हसन् ऋषिकेशो अभ्यवाहृत्य सहार्पकैः दर्शयन् शर्मा जगरं न्यवर्तत वनाद्व्रजाम् बर्हा प्रशूनवनदातु विचित्रिताङ्गः क्रोधाम वेणुदलशृङ्गरवोत्सवाद्यः वत्सान् गृणन् अनुगगीत पवित्र कीर्तिर् गोपी दृगुत्सवदृशी प्रवेशगोष्ठम् अद्यानेन महाव्यालो यशोदानन्दसूनुना अतो वितावयं चष्मात् इति बाला व्रजे जगुः श्रीराजोवाच ब्रह्मन् परोद्भवे कृष्णे यान् प्रेम कथां भवेत् यो भूतपूर्वस्तोकेषु स्वद्भावेषु कथ्यताम् श्रीशुक उवाच सर्वेषामपि भूतानां नृपस्वात्मैव वल्लभः इतरे पत्यवित्ताद्यास्तद्वल्लभतयैव हि तद्राजेन्द्र यथा स्नेहः स्वस्वकात्मनि देहिनां न तथा ममतालाम्नि पुत्रवित्तग्रादिषु देहात्मवादिनां पुंसामपि राजन्यसत्तमा यथा देहः प्रियतमः सदा न हि अनूये च तम् देहोऽपि ममता वाक्षेत् तर्हि असौ नात्मवत्प्रियः यज्जीर्यति अपि देहेऽस्मिन् जीविताशा बलीयसी तस्मात् प्रियतमः स्वात्मा सर्वेषामपि देहिनां न दत्तमेव सकलं जगत् एतत् चराचरं कृष्णमेनमवेहि त्वम् आत्मानमखिलात्मनां जगद्गीताय सोऽप्यत्र देहि वा भाति मायया वस्तुतो जानतामत्र कृष्णं स्थाष्णु च विष्णु च भगवाद्रूपम् अखिलं नान्याद्वस्ति वः किञ्चन सर्वेषामपि वस्तूनां भावार्थो भवति स्थितः तस्यापि भगवान् कृष्णः किम् अतद्वस्तुरूप्यताम् समाश्रिता ये पदपल्लवप्लवम् महत्पदं पुण्ययशो मुरारे भवाम्बुदीर्वत्सपदं परं पदं 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 यद्विपदां न तेषाम् एतत्ते सर्वमाख्यातं यत्पृष्टोऽहं निहत्वया तत्कौमारे हरिकृतं पौगण्डे परिकीर्तितम् एतत्सहृदिश्चरितं मुरारेर् अगार्दनं साद्वलजेमनं च व्यक्तेतरद्रूपमजोर्वविष्टवं शृण्वन् गृह्णनेति नरोऽखिलार्थान् एवं विहारे कौमारे कौमारं च हतुर्व्रजे नीलयाने सेतुबन्धेर्मर्कटोत्प्लवनादिभिः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So now we'll start reading the book and then we will sing the songs. Let's start reading with the book Perfection of Yoga. I'll just share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, devotees, 1 second. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are starting the 8th chapter today. So devotees who want to read may raise your hands, and then please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hello, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, able to hear you. Go ahead, Mataji. Hari Bol.
I thought my voice is not audible. Hare Krishna. Chapter 8, the perfection of yoga. It is a fact, therefore, that in the progress of the living entity towards the perfection of yoga, birth in a family of yogis or devotees is a great boon. For such a birth gives one special impetus. Prayatnad edamanastu yogi samsudalilbisha. Aneka samsidas itado yadi param gadim. But when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contaminations, then ultimately, after many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Bhagavad Gita 6.45. When one is finally freed from all contaminations, he attains the supreme perfection of the yoga system, Krishna consciousness. Absorption in Krishna is the perfect stage, as Krishna himself confesses, Bahunam Janmana Mande Jnanavan Mam Prapadante Vasudeva Sarvamidhi Samahatmasu Durlabaha. After many births and deaths, he who actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7:19. Thus, after many lifetimes of executing pious activities, when one becomes freed from all contaminations arising from illusory dualities, he engages in the transcendental service of the Lord. Sri Krishna concludes this discourse on this subject in this way: Yoginam abhisarvesham mat gaderandaratmana Shraddhavan Bhajade Yomam Sa Me Yuktatma Madaha. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in great transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, verse 47. It
Hare
is the
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So, very beautifully, Prabhupada summarizes, right, the perfection of yoga. What is the perfection of yoga? Perfection of yoga is yoginam api sarvesham madgati and antaratmana. One who is able to see the Lord within his heart is the person who has perfected yoga. And Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita, who is such a person? Bahunam janmanamante jnanaman mam prapadete vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatmasu durlabha. Such a great soul who recognizes that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who sees Krishna in the heart and does not stop with that. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. One who continues in this path by rendering service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says such a person is the person who is practicing yoga correctly, or is the highest kind of yogi. This is the last verse of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, where Krishna personally declares, right, out of all yogis, Bhakti Yogi is the highest, like that. All right, so let's continue reading. Who wants to read next? Sridhar Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
If therefore follow that the culmination of all yogas lies Bhakti Yoga, the rendering of devotional service unto Krishna. Actually, all the yogas delineated in Bhagavad Gita end on this note. For Krishna is the ultimate destination of all yoga system. From the beginning of Karma Yoga to the end of Bhakti Yoga is a long way to self-realization. Karma Yoga without fruitive result is the beginning of the path. When Karma Yoga increases in knowledge and reunification, the stage called as Jnana Yoga or the Yoga of knowledge. When Jnana Yoga increase in meditation on the super soul by different physical process and the mind is on him, is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses Ashtanga Yoga and it's black and comes to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, that is called Bhakti Yoga, the accumulation. Fashionally, Bhakti Yoga.
Culmination.
Fashionally, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal. But to unleash Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand the other process. The yogi who is progressive is therefore on the true path to eternal good future, eternal good fortune. One who sticks on the particular point and does not make further progress is called, but by the particular name of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, disturbing it, Raja Yoga, and Hatha Yogi, etc. But if one is fortunate enough to come to the point of Bhakti Yoga, Krishna conscious, it is to be understood that they surpassed all the other yoga system. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So here Prabhupada is talking about the yoga ladder, right? The yoga ladder, basically. Karma Yoga. Then, you perform activities, but not attached to the results. Then Karma Yoga. Then Jnana Yoga. We understand who I am and who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. And then Ashtanga Yoga. Some people perform meditation, right? What is this? Yama, Niyama, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, until that the eightfold process of Ashtanga Yoga. Some people follow that. And then some people, that motive, or the motive of all of these yogas, type of yogas, is it need not be complete satisfaction of Krishna. Like, for example, Ashtanga Yoga, people who practice Ashtanga Yoga and are even successful may be very happy by, these Mahima, Lagima and all that, right? Becoming bigger than the biggest, becoming smaller than the smallest, acquiring, getting some powder, giving some powders, giving some coins, performing magic, performing tricks, all that. By that way, they themselves get tricked. Because that is not the purpose of yoga, but they are satisfied with that. So each one who sticks to that particular stage, For example, if we just stick to Ashtanga Yoga and we are happy, then we may perform a lot of tricks, we may acquire name, fame, glory. But at the end of this body, all that will die, right? When you are born next time, you are born as a child, you don't remember any of your mystic powers, right? Again, you have to start from scratch. It's just like material education, right? You start from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? You may be a chartered accountant, you may be a multi-millionaire, but according to your gunas and karmas, when you are reborn again, according to guna and karma, and you have to start from scratch as a child, isn't it? So there is nothing else that we can take forward from one life to another, or at least from one body to another, that we can carry through subtle form. Mind, intelligence, and false ego is only the devotional credits. Whatever devotional credits that we've acquired by performing devotional service, that is the only thing we can carry over. That is why the most intelligent amongst all these yogis is Bhakti Yogi, one who engages one's senses in the service of the master of the senses. Even the yogi who's meditating on Paramatma, he may also fall down, Prabhupada says. Why? Because such a person, although he is able to see Lord in his heart, he's not in a position to serve the Lord. Right? That's why Prabhupada says, translates bhakti into devotional service. Unless we engage our senses in serving the Lord, the bhava that is there in the heart may not remain for long. Right? When we think of something, then we have to do it. We have to do the service to the Lord. Then only the emotion or the love continues to stay. Otherwise, loss of mind, what is it saying? Loss of sight, loss of mind, loss of sight, loss of memory or something like that. Right? When something is in front of us, then we are like so much thinking about that person, talking that to that person, etc. But when the person is away, right? If you're not rendering any kind of service, then where is the connection? There is no connection. We cannot see the Lord, but we love the Lord. That's not an abstract thing that, we just love somebody. Right? But it is actually, that's why the Lord manifests in the form of Archa Vigraha, giving us opportunity to decorate the Lord, to bathe the Lord, to dress the Lord like that, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. So it's not a question of out of sight, out of mind with the Lord, isn't it? The Lord is always within our sight, because Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita various things, right? When we drink water, I am the taste of water. I am the splendor of the sun, I am the splendor of the moon, I am the heat of the fire, etc., etc. Like that, we remember the Lord in everything. But simply remembering is not enough. How are we engaging our physical senses in the service of the Lord, right? Because we are all living entities. We are bubbling with energy, right? We can't sit in one place, close our eyes and meditate. We can't even chant Hare Krishna 24 hours of the day, right? Because our mind is telling us, why are you sitting down? Do something, right? That is the nature of the soul, right? Always active, to do something. When we dovetail this propensity in service of the Lord, that is only perfection, and that is devotional service. When we perform devotional service, then our love and devotion to the Lord increases by that proportion, like that. Okay. So let's continue. So we don't want to get stuck with any of these kind of yoga systems. We don't even want to get stuck with Paramatma realization. We want to move ahead to Krishna realization in the form of Bhagavan, the one whom we can physically serve. We can go to his dham, we can stay in his dham, and we can worship him like that. All right. So we are in the last chapter, in the last paragraph of this book. We'll request Sindhu Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
From Krishna consciousness, from there, no?
Yeah. Krishna consciousness, last link.
Krishna consciousness is the last link in the yogic chain, the link that binds us to the Supreme Person, Lord Shri Krishna. Without this final link, the chain is practically useless. Those who are truly interested in the perfection of yoga process should immediately take to Krishna consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, understanding Bhagavad Gita, and rendering service to Krishna through this society for Krishna consciousness, and thereby surpass all other systems and attain the ultimate goal of all yoga, love of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So what is the perfection of yoga? Krishna Prem. That's what we say every morning, isn't it? We always try to chant Hare Krishna without offenses, right? Because that by that way we will attain Krishna Prem. So this way we are completing this book, which is the perfection of yoga. By the grace of Guru and Gauranga, in this most auspicious Purushottam month, we've completed this book. Now we'll start with our next book tomorrow. Now let's go on with our singing of those two beautiful songs, which is Yugalashtakam and Chaurashtakam, for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. So let's start with Chaurashtakam. So our prayer as we sing this song every day is begging Lord Sri Krishna to make our heart as soft as butter, so that Krishna himself will be interested in stealing our hearts. Just like he stole the butter in gopis' houses, just like he stole the gopis' clothes, just like he stole the hearts of all those pure devotees of the Lord who are conquered by his love. We can only simply pray that in spite of all my anarthas, in spite of everything, all of my shortcomings and limitations, oh Lord, if you desire, you can give me Krishna Prem. You can come and dance in your heart. You can light the lamp of transcendental knowledge in my heart. You can awaken the love in my heart. You can reawaken the dormant love that is there in my heart. So kindly bless me that I may have this unalloyed love for you, may always engage in your devotional service. So in this consciousness, let's sing this beautiful song. Raje prasidham navanita choram gopangananam cha dukula choram aneka janmargita papa choram chauragraganyam purusham namam Shri Radhikaya hridayasya Choram Navabuddha Shamala Kanti Choram Padashritanam Cha Samasta Choram Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami Akinchani Kritya Padashritam Yaha Karoti Bhikshum Pati Yeharinam Kenapyaho Bhishana Chaura Indra Drishta Shruto Vana Jagatrayepi Yadiyanamapi Haratya Shesham Viri Prasaranapi Papa Rashi Ascharya Rupo Nanu Chaura Indra Drishta Shruto Vana Maya Kadapi Danam cha manam cha atindriyani pranam cha hetva mama sarvameva palaya se kutra dritodyatora tvam bhakti damna shri maya nirudha chinnatsi goram yama pashabandam vinnatsi vinimam bhava Pashabandam Chinnatsi Sarvasya Samasta Bandam Naivatmano Bhakta Kritam Tu Bandam Anmanase Tamasarashi Kode Karadhe Dukha Mayeni Vadra Labaswahe Chaura Hare Chiraya Swachaurya doshochitameva dandam Karagrahe vasa sada hridaye madiye Madbhakti pasha dridavandananisshalasan Tvam Krishna he pranaya koti shatantarepi Sarvasvachaura hridayan nahi mochayami Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Now we'll sing the Yugalashtakam. As we sing this song, we can pray to Jiva Goswami, who is the greatest renunciant, who is seeing all these leelas within the core of his heart, to bless us also, so we can also witness these wonderful leelas of Shri Radha and Krishna. And may our heart have this only desire to serve Shri Guru and Gauranga. So this is a most beautiful song, Yugal Ashtakam, written by Jiva Goswami. Krishna Prema Mai Radha, Radha Prema Mayo Hari, Jivane Radha Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Krishnasya Dravinam Radha, Radhaya Dravinam Hari, Jivane Radha Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Krishna Pranamayi Radha, Radha Pranamayo Hari, Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Krishna Dravamayi Radha, Radha Dravamayo Hari, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Krishna Gehi Sita Radha, Radha Gehi Sito Hari, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Krishna Chitta Sita Radha, Radha Chitta Sito Hari, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Neelambar Dhara Radha, Neelambar Dharo Hari, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Vrindavaneshwari Radha, Krishna Vrindavaneshwara, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Prema Radha, Radha Prema Mayo Hari, Divanena Dhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Radha Krishna Gati Mama, Radha Krishna Gati Mama. Jai Jai Shri Radhesham, Jai Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Gurudev Jai, Ananta Koji Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Samveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in. Tomorrow we will start a new book. It remains a suspense. So we will put it in the group, what book it is tomorrow. And then we will start our next book for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So devotees can share your darshan so that we can have a darshan of who are all the devotees who have participated in the last session of this book, Perfection of Yoga, who have attained, who have known now the best of yoga is to attain Krishna Prema. Sridhar Prabhu, Jyotsna Mataji, Sarvagopi Shri Mataji, Nisha Mataji, Suprabha Sumitra Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, Karpagwali Mataji, Anjana Mataji, Rav Kishori Mataji, Pallavi Mataji, Deval Mataji, Shobha Mataji, Shanta Prima, Santushta Chaitanya Prabhu, Leela Nandini Mataji, Hema Mataji. Thank you very much for joining in. This today was the culmination study of the last chapter of this book. May we perfect our yoga process and go back home back to Godhead in this lifetime. May that be our only prayer. Or if not, even if you don't go back home back to Godhead, let us attain Krishna prema, and then wherever we are, we can practice Krishna consciousness. We can remind ourselves and others about Krishna. So let that be our prayer. Grantaraj Shri Perfection of Yoga book ki jai. All of the books of Prabhupada are Grantaraj because they take us from Shraddha to Krishna prema. So Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Koji Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So everyone can unmute themselves now. And if there are any questions, queries, don't ask me what is the next book because I have to check the email. We'll start it tomorrow. Apart from that, if anyone else has any other questions, you may ask. And we'll meet at 12:55 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll continue. Yes. Hare Krishna. Any queries? Any realizations? Any thoughts? Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada.
जय। एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था मुझे।
पूछिए ना माता जी।
देखो, आपने कहा कि लीला के दर्शन भी होते हैं।
लीला का
मतलब ठाकुर जी से प्रेम हो जाने के बाद में लीला के दर्शन भी होते हैं।
हाँ,
तो आपके मतलब परिचय में ऐसा कोई है कि जिनको लीला के दर्शन होते तो अपन उनसे बात कर सके?
तो ये लीला का दर्शन जिनको होता है ना, वो किसी को बताता नहीं कि मुझे लीला का दर्शन हो गया, अभी सब लोग आओ और मुझसे सुनो, ऐसा बताता नहीं है। Because the more we are realizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead in our hearts, the more we are, गोस्वामी ने कभी नहीं बताया ना, वो तो ये जो लिखते हैं, जीव गोस्वामी ने लिखा है, कृष्ण प्रेम में राधा, राधा प्रेम में यो हरि ही, those pastimes are literally in their hearts. But what are they singing in the Sad Goswami Ashtakam? Right? He Radhe Vraja Devi ke chalalite, He Nanda Shono Putaha. Oh Radha and Krishna, where are you? I don't know where you are. I want to see you so that I can serve you. That is a mood. Vipranamba Seva. That is a mood. Nobody, none of the real devotees of the Lord tell that, oh, I dreamt about Radha and Krishna. I saw the Leela of Radha and Krishna. That is their humility. Right? So that is the glory of our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. That is why we should never rate the devotees. Ye bahut Mahatma devotee hai. You have to respect him. Whereas this devotee, not very good. Let me not respect him. Right? Because we don't know who's who. We don't know who's who. Right? We also know this Gadadhar Prabhu. Right? He saw Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Was very nicely dressed. Ornaments सब डाला हुआ है. ये कैसे भक्त हो सकता है? इसका क्लास क्या सुनना है? Gadadhar Pandit. Right? He is thinking. And then Mukunda Goswami, what did he do? He just sang one verse from Bhagavatam. And when he heard this verse, Pundarik Vidyanidhi started rolling on the ground. Tears of ecstasy are flowing from his eyes. And then Gadadhar Pandit realized, oh, he's a pure devotee of the Lord. I judged him by his mere external appearance, thinking that, he's dressed so well. How can he be a devotee? And then Gadadhar Pandit, as a prayaschitta, he took initiation from Pundarik Vidyanidhi. He took Pundarik Vidyanidhi as a spiritual master. इसीलिए हम लोग देख के किसी भी वैष्णव को पहचान नहीं सकते, पहचान नहीं कर सकते हैं. Whatever, my Hindi is टूटा फूटा, forgive me for that. But we cannot judge a Vaishnava by his external appearance or what he says, right? Because the senior most Vaishnava or a pure devotee of the Lord never tells his realizations because it's not for public. It is a close relationship. Right? It is like a love between husband and wife. Right? Will anybody go and tell outside how much I love my wife? What did I do with her? No. Right? So that such confidential pastimes are the interactions between Lord and his pure devotees. Right? Madhurya Ras. That is the highest. They must be experiencing this Madhurya Ras. Right? So when we perfect our lives, when we get to our constitutional position, then we will understand what these great pure devotees of the Lord are experiencing. So at this time, what should be our prayer? May our desire only be Ahituki Apratihata Seva, according to the instructions of Guru and Gauranga, and by their blessings, Guru and Gauranga's blessings, we will understand everything. Everything will be revealed in our heart. So until such time, with enthusiasm, with determination, we practice devotional service and we wait patiently for the mercy of Guru and Gauranga. ठीक है माता जी?
ठीक है, दंडवत प्रणाम, थैंक यू, बहुत अच्छे से समझाया, धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल,
हरि बोल।
मीट ऑन टुमारो।
कोई तो होगा तो उनसे बात करके देखेंगे।
हरे कृष्ण।
माता जी, all of our gurus and all of our Siksha gurus who are motivating us in Krishna consciousness, they are all experiencing. Why would somebody practice for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, right? You can't practice unless you have experience at reciprocation with the Lord, with the devotees, है ना? तो आपको जो भी whoever is inspiring you in Krishna consciousness, whoever is enabling you to get up every day morning in Brahma Muhurta time, chant Hare Krishna, you can check with that person. What motivates you, right? What motivates you to practice this day in and day out? We cannot practice without realizations. So जो भी आपको पुरोहित नहीं, उत्साहित, whatever, उत्साहित करता हो, उनसे बात कीजिए कि आपको रोज रोज उठ के कृष्ण भक्ति करने के लिए कौन प्रेरणा देता है? What gives you that प्रेरणा? What gives you that motivation?
उनको तो प्रेरणा आप 2 साल से।
So I mean, you have to find not an external person who acting करने के, we should not ask such kind of person. You should ask that person who has realized. So you can ask one of your Siksha gurus, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari. Thank you, Dharat Pranams. So meet you all tomorrow. We'll start a new book. So let's join together to start the new book. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।